Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be figuring out which Bedwars game mode is the best for leveling up. What I've done is I've recorded a bunch of clips of me playing each game mode, and I'm going to be just talking about that game mode as you see the clip on the screen. So first up, I'm just going to go over some like ground rules kind of things that affect like each game mode, and that's no matter what game mode you get 25 XP per minute, but in solo and doubles, you get 100 XP for winning and 50 XP in the other game modes. A few other things I'll go over later are the quests. You've got like weekly quests, daily quests, and yeah, you get 5,000 XP to level up, unless you're in like the first 4 levels of a new prestige, in which case, congratulations. So let's just start off with solo. We're going to be thinking about this like mathematically. So in solo there are 8 players, right? So let's just say you're an average player and you win 1 out of 8 games. Now, I mean, this might sound like a really high kind of win rate and a really, really low win rate to some of you. But, you know, let's just statistically, you know, say Aqua Team, for example, me in this time, wins 1 out of 8 of, like, all the Bedwars solo games that have ever happened, right? Like, just no matter who's on it. So, yeah, that's why I'm saying, let's say you just win 1 out of 8 of your games. So that means each game, let's say you're getting 12.5 XP for winning. So we can do this like an average. I mean, if you've got a 1 out of 8 win rate, your games are probably going for an average of 5 minutes. I mean, you're probably dying in the first rush a bit and lucking out towards the end. So, you know, let's just say 5 minutes. And that's 125 XP. And we add on the 12.5, and that gives you 137 per game. Let's say, you know, you play 12 games in an hour, and that is 1650 XP per hour. Now, you know, don't get mad at me. I mean, this doesn't mean that you're definitely going to get this amount of XP per hour, obviously, or maybe, yeah, you know, you're probably not going to get anything like it. But, you know, I am going over that stuff too, alright? And yeah, I can start off now. I mean, you know, if you're good at solo, obviously, it's better for grinding because you've got 100 XP for winning, right? And, you know, there are other factors. For example, in a weekly quest, there's a weekly quest, I think it's Bed Removal Company, you know, where you get basically a free level for breaking 25 beds in a week, which, you know, if you only play, say, once a week, then this is best done on, you know, solo. I mean, it shouldn't take that many games to get it done in solo, but in my opinion, like, this is only if you're playing, like, once a week. If you're playing every day, I mean, you could get it done in other game modes, like even 4v4, where there's only 1 enemy bed. There's also a quest called First Win of the Day, which gives you 250 XP, I think. And yeah, obviously, if you're good at solo, solo is good for it. You also have like no teammates to steal your finals, if you care about finals. Yeah, because also if like each team has 1 player, right? So you can focus on targeting 1 person at a time and breaking their bed. But you know, obviously this video is not about that. To sum up, solo takes a lot of skill, but with consistent wins, that's, you know, extra 100 XP per game. If you know you have a high win rate, obviously consider grinding this. But, you know, just my personal opinion, 4v4 games are much shorter, and 4s, and you can get a good win rate pretty easily on 4v4. Yeah. So let's just go into doubles. So just a quick heads up. I don't think I'll be talking that much throughout this game because I lost my bed in it, spoiler alert. And yeah, I don't really have that much to say about doubles. You know, you get the same average XP as solos, you know, 1650 per hour. but you know, teammates. It's just one word, teammates. You know, you could get a really really good teammate. You could get a complete noob, or in my case, a lot, no teammate at all. Yeah, for some reason, I don't think I'm a really high Bedwars level, right? But still, I always end up on my own when it's 15 out of 16 players, because in case you didn't know, in Bed Wars and I think Sky Wars too, maybe, when there are less than the adequate amount of players to be in a game, hypixel will often start the game, like say 15 out of 16 players. And if that happens, then it just picks the player with the highest Bed Wars level, I think. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of unfortunate and ironic, because the more you level up, the harder it is to win. But anyway, I think that's it for doubles. So I'm going to shut up and you can watch the rest of the clutch. But if not, I'll put a timestamp on screen so you can skip to the next game mode 4v4. Alright, so we're going into the 4v4 game now. As I mentioned earlier, this is my favorite game mode for leveling up. And this is largely because I think, if you looked at every game of 4v4 ever, blue team would win 1 in 2 games. That's, half the games. And, that having a 1.5 win rate is, quite good in general. But also, you're getting 25, let's say 25 XP per game, or 50 XP every second game. And, games on 4v4, in my opinion, from my experience, I think go for, say, like 5 minutes. Because you often have short games that go for like 3 or 4 minutes, and sometimes long games, but, I don't think I've had a game of 4v4 that goes on for longer than 8 minutes, even if they feel like they're going on forever, because the only reason they do feel like that is because I'm used to them going for like 3 or 4 minutes. But yeah, so let's say you get 150 XP in a 5-minute game, because 125 for the 5 minutes and 25 for the winning XP, that's 1,800 XP per hour, which is, significantly larger than what we had for doubles and solo. Yeah, so some other things to note. Bed break, there's only 1 bed, and, there's 4 of you to get the bed. So you don't really always have the best chances of getting in the bed. Although, to be honest, when you're solo queuing, like, often, from my experience, you can't just, encourage your teammates to go do that. You either do it yourself, you either go for the bed yourself, and they happen to follow, or they don't follow, So now we're into 4s. So, 1 and 4 is the average win rate. 50 XP per win, that's 12.5 per game. Average game time, I'm probably going to sound really dumb for saying this, but I reckon 7 minutes would be the average game time-ish. Because, with a party, games go for like 5 minutes. And this is kind of silly of me to be saying this now, towards the end of the video. But, this video is just on solo queuing, Bedwars, and leveling up, and not, like, all this other stuff I've managed to mention. But anyway, so that's 187.5 XP per game, which is, it's a lot more than solo and doubles, and it is quite fun doing block-ins and stuff. There's not a lot of that in solo. But anyway, this isn't about fun. That's 1620 XP per hour, because, the games are a bit longer. Yeah, I'm gonna use this time to talk about 3s now, because it's like, it is the same as 4s, in that there are like 4 teams, but there are some things to note. On 3s you have less teammates, so it's like it's easier to lose your bed and break the other beds, because every team, including you, has less people to defend and attack, etc. For example, if 2 people on the enemy team rush 2 different teams, and one of them stays behind to place down the defense, you only have to fight one of them, or two of them, if one of their rushes was going for you. This is going to be the second time I'm mentioning this in this video, because I don't know why, but 4s has more finals too, so if you care about finals, then 4s is good for you. Note about parties too. That's another thing I wasn't going to talk about much in this video, but now I am. Parties tend to win more, because they can talk to each other on like Discord and stuff. They can talk to each other in chat, and they're more likely to trust each other if they're partied in the first place, for whatever reason, if they, dueled or something. and for some reason wanted to party, or they know each other in real life. You can tell a party's in your game because they will all join at the same time in the lobby, and often they can have like similar names, like Thing 1, Thing 2, Thing 3, and yeah, if it's like that, you kind of know they're a party. You know, make with that what you will. I just keep that in mind. Anyway, that wraps up today's video. I hope you found what Bedwars Gamemode you should be playing to level up. And yeah, see ya.